How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have a big event starting here today. It actually might have started by the time you watch this video, and it is really important for the markets. It's something that happens every so often that we should be paying attention to as crypto investors. We also have a lot of events happening within the next 7 days for crypto. I want to talk about that, talk about a bunch of cryptos that I think have high potential, and talk about Bitcoin. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this as soon as I make them. And I'll keep this short, but there is a link to Margex underneath the video where you can trade cryptocurrency using leverage. You can use all different forms of collateral from Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, Solana, and you can use all those different kinds of collateral to trade different cryptocurrencies. So you might use Solana to trade Bitcoin. So you can read the Bitcoin chart, easier to read, less volatile, and then get rewarded in Solana. There's also a link to CoinW underneath the video in case you want to spot trade, in case you want to just buy Bitcoin and withdraw it to a cold storage wallet, or in case you want to trade over on CoinW. I'm actually going to do a video with a pro trader from CoinW in a little while, so be on the lookout for that. But there are links to both of those underneath the video. Now today starts the earnings season. I don't know if you knew that. It's crazy to think, right? We're already done with Q1, but all the largest banks are reporting earnings today. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citi. We're going to have tweets all over the place talking about gloom and doom from JP Morgan and all kinds of things moving forward. But so far, the economy looks like it's in a pretty good place. Of course, we got a hot CPI print, and then we got a pretty good, lower than expected PPI print. So it's going to be interesting. Now, what I'm paying attention to more are the tech earnings because I hold a lot of tech companies, but also there might be a few companies here and there that buy Bitcoin. We know about MetaPlanet, I think that was the name, over on the other side of the world that started buying Bitcoin, kind of like trying to be like MicroStrategy. We also know that certain banks here are buying Bitcoin. I covered one a few days ago, but now we have another bank, Citi Holdings Co. Royal Bank of Canada, which is $6 billion, much larger than the last company that we talked about that was buying a Bitcoin ETF, and they hold just 100 shares. Now, that is pretty small, but you have to start somewhere. So they are buying 100 shares of GBTC. I guess there's someone that's still buying GBTC out there. But yeah, there are banks that are buying. There are companies probably that are buying too. I would assume that if a few banks are buying GBTC, ARKB, that some companies are doing the same thing. Now, they might not talk about it as much, but there are some entities stacking. Also, $100 billion TD Bank drops Bitcoin commercial about the halving and the spot Bitcoin ETFs. I'll be honest, I didn't think TD Bank had anything to do with the ETFs. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong on that, but I don't remember seeing their name with any of those new ETFs. So imagine they start posting a minute, 30-second ads, putting ad spend towards the ETFs, and they're not even selling them. I could be wrong, though. Maybe they're just pushing the new ETFs that they have. But, man, that's interesting. Morgan Stanley, we know, apparently is racing to offer Bitcoin ETFs. This came out about a week ago. So this might be coming here very soon as well, some bullish news. And we still have ETF inflows overall. Yesterday, we had a bit of a lighter trading day. Now, I would expect that to kind of be the case in the future, too, except on volatile days. We had a lot of volume all through here, and then, a lot of people changed their positions. Now they're just maybe dollar cost averaging instead of flipping completely in or out. Now there's going to be more of a trickle, but you can see GBTC still $125 million of selling. This is after just 17 or 18 million the day before, the lowest day, and then back up $100 million, another $100 million of selling. But IBIT had $200 million in inflows. FBTC just $5 million. It is funny how when IBIT has a good day, FBTC has a bad day, and vice versa. But overall, still almost $100 million worth of Bitcoin bought. About 1,300 Bitcoin, which is more than the daily issuance from the miners. Now, there's an important date that's happening on Monday. Joe Burnett says, I've been working on potentially the most bullish piece of content I've ever written. And he says he's going to release it that day. Now, I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but I do know that there's another big event supposedly happening that day. Hong Kong is supposedly going to announce Bitcoin spot ETF approval. Right now, the Securities Regulation Commission of Hong Kong is expediting approval of 4 spot Bitcoin ETFs, bolstering the city as a global financial hub. And there are other countries that have spot Bitcoin ETFs. This would be another country that has them. Some countries can't buy US ETFs. I don't know if you knew that, but that's the case. So this could unlock a lot of capital. I've seen some people saying as much as $25 billion is waiting to come into Bitcoin. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see. But even if it's just a few billion, that's a lot of Bitcoin being bought off the market. Now, moving kind of away from Bitcoin into some alts. Alex Becker makes a good point here. BNB, one of the best alts last cycle, went from sub $1 to $22. So doing a 22, 25, 30x, then back down to sub $10 before climbing to $600 last cycle. Keep that in mind when you're looking at this dip, wondering if your alts can keep on going up from the recent climb. They can literally do 30x's from here. That's a good point. We get used to a certain price during a pullback because we trend sideways for so long. We're like, okay, maybe I'll get another 50% or 100% during this bull run. Keep in mind, a lot of altcoins are still really small. Even when you look at some of the top altcoins compared to the last cycle, like Ethereum is at 3,500. If it just went up to all-time highs, it would go up another $1,400. And, that's not a bad return. That's just if it hits all-time highs. I mean, Bitcoin's already hit all-time highs. What if it triples all-time highs? I mean, it did way more than that last bull run. If it triples all-time highs, we're looking at like a $15,000 Ethereum. I'm not saying that it will, but it's kind of crazy to think how high some of these can go. And when you consider some other altcoins that are much smaller, that are going to get more liquidity, like there are altcoins that are going to 30, 40, 50x. For sure, definitely. There are going to be some that go explosive, and not even like you have to go find the smallest meme coin out there or the smallest crypto that's 100K market cap. No, they're going to be some of the top altcoins that still do 30, 40, 50x as top 50 altcoins. So be on the lookout for that. I want to go through some that I'm watching right now, though, some of which I'm invested into, some of which I'm just watching, and I think a lot of these have huge opportunities. Now, with the Bitcoin halving coming up around April 20th, one cryptocurrency that I am watching is Go Mining. This is a really interesting crypto, around $135 million. And the company allows you to start earning Bitcoin by buying NFTs as a means to acquire a share of hash rate power already dedicated to Bitcoin mining. So basically, you buy an NFT, you get part of the mining rewards through different miners. Now, right now, they have a lot of miners already. You can actually see they've been here for 6 years working in crypto. They have 9 data centers in different countries, 350 megawatts of power capacity, and 99% uptime with a hash rate of over 3 million terahashes per second. That's significant. Now, I personally own a miner. My brother-in-law and I run it together, and it is something that's a little bit difficult to set up. You have to order it. You have to send crypto across the world to something like Bitmain, and then hope that your miner comes eventually, and then you have to run a lot of power. You might have to get a new plug and have an electrician come to your house. This, you just buy an NFT. Now, of course, there are different risks and rewards with it, but it can help decrease the difficulties with mining. You can also increase the NFT's earning potential by boosting it with Go Mining token, GMT token. Now, the GMT NFTs also offer some additional benefits like games, clubs, and you can sell your NFT, obviously. There's also limited edition collections like Ton and Khabib NFTs. So if you want something that's a little bit more specific, you can do that. Now, with the link underneath the video and the promo code FINFRIEND, you can actually get 5% off of your first purchase. So definitely check them out down below in the description. They are a partner of the channel, of course, so make sure you do your due diligence. Okay, another one that I think is really interesting is UnityPad. So UnityPad has this hold and earn launchpad mechanic. So I've talked about Ape Terminal, I've talked about Cetify, I've talked about Tencent, I've talked about a lot of launchpads because in a bull run, when there are a lot of cryptos that are going up 20x, 50x, 100x, there are going to be people that want those returns, right? And how do you get those returns? Well, a lot of the time you can go through launchpads because they have a lot of newer cryptocurrencies launching. You can invest. A lot of the time you have to buy the token first, the launchpad token, then you can stake, and then you can invest in those early projects. UnityPad, though, is trying to fix a problem right now. Like right now, there are a lot of projects that people miss out on. They say, have you invested in launchpads but miss launches, struggling to access the best tiers, lacking access to VC investments? With UnityPad, these challenges are a thing of the past. Our goal is to achieve profitable sales, reinvesting 35% of the earnings into buybacks and burns, while allocating 35% to reward our holders. The remaining 30% is strategically used for marketing efforts. Now, what they're basically trying to do is make sure that you don't lose out. You don't have to go in and manually put in a bunch of transactions for different cryptocurrencies that are launching. No, they're just going to do it for you, basically. They're going to buy back and burn. They're going to allocate to more, allocate some rewards. And then, yeah, they're going to keep on talking about this, pushing this message out to more people. So I think that's an interesting one. A launchpad where you don't have to do really much work at all. It's kind of cool. Now, it is small. A lot of these ones are small. Let me be clear on that. Go Mining is one of the bigger ones for sure. Now, Pepe token is definitely small. This is a tribute to Pepe's wife. Of course, Pepe, one of the most explosive cryptocurrencies of the last bear market. This is exactly what it sounds like. 0% buy and sell tax. It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin, right? It's not trying to do something revolutionary. No, the contract is renounced. There's a 0% tax on the buys and sells. The LP burned. It's a base community. It launched recently, piggybacking off of Pepe, and hopefully they can get a little bit of that juice because it is still really small. And believe me, if it got anywhere close to Pepe's market cap, even just a tenth of Pepe's market cap, it'll be explosive. Believe me, it'll go up a lot from today's current market cap because it is small. Tencent recently launched the IDO of Katamoto. This is a meme coin, their first meme coin over at Tencent, and it's part of a bigger BNB game or a BNB contest for the best meme coin. So if you want to secure your allocation right now, you can go onto Tencent. You can look at this tweet, and yeah, you can buy some of this Kata token. Could be explosive. Obviously, meme coins are huge, and coming from a launchpad, like a tier 1 launchpad, yeah, it could do quite well. You might want to take a look at it. Now, another cryptocurrency that I'm watching, Tip Inu. This is coming from the project Tips, or coming from the founders of Tips. This is the first meme coin ever with reflections and staking, according to this tweet from Tip Inu. You can go watch some full videos on it, but it's another meme coin, right? It's going to be a joke. A lot of these too, they can go up 100x, they can go down to 0, so be careful. Essie, though, is one that is not a meme coin, and it's one that I've talked about a lot recently. They had a huge listing yesterday, a huge initial exchange listing with KuCoin, Gate, and then there's another one too that's eluding me. I think it's Bybit. Also on Uniswap, they had 120 million fully diluted right now. 120 million fully diluted right now, and it was almost double this price. So it was like 240 million. 33 million in trading volume and counting. 35,000 SE holders. This is absolutely nuts. This is a project that I'm holding. And like I said yesterday, I had an issue, and the CEO literally reached out to me, fixed it automatically. It wasn't anything that was on their end too, it was at my end. Something was typed in wrong, and they fixed it automatically. That is the kind of team that you want to be behind. If you're going to invest into a cryptocurrency, someone like that, when you put good stuff out in the world, I think it comes back to you. So that's definitely one that I am invested in and will continue to be invested in the future. Now, of course, any of these, I could be taking profits. If they go up significantly in the future, it's always a possibility. I'm here to make money, right? And that's why I'm looking at some smaller cryptocurrencies. Of course, the majority of my portfolio is Bitcoin. Bitcoin weights down my portfolio maybe 70%. somewhere between usually 65 and 80, depending on if a cryptocurrency has done really well in my portfolio recently. Right now, dominance is quite high too, 54.5%. There will be a vicious altcoin season, in my opinion. Keep in mind, though, I think Bitcoin's going to surprise some people as well, because there are just a lot of flows coming into the Bitcoin ETFs. There's a lot of ad spend going towards Bitcoin, and there's a level of institutional money that hasn't been here before. Like in the past, crypto people went from Bitcoin to altcoins. Now there's just a level of money that's only going into Bitcoin. Maybe some will trickle into Ethereum if there's an Ethereum ETF, but it's not like everyone's going to take all the money from Bitcoin and put it into Pepe at the end of the day. Now, some people will still make money from Bitcoin, the traditional crypto investors, right? Not the traditional investors, but the traditional crypto investors will make money and then move it into riskier assets because they want that volatility. There will be people like that, but there's just going to be a different level of money going into Bitcoin, right? Now, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Of course, you can check out all these projects. You can go follow them on Twitter. I'll put links to Go Mining, as they are the sponsor of today's video, underneath the video. And check out all the other projects too. I think they have a lot of potential, and a lot of these I am investing into. Keep in mind, this is the kind of time in the market where, yes, I am invested heavily into Bitcoin, but I'm making some higher risk bets. Because I still think Bitcoin has a long way to go, like over 100% from here. So some of these altcoins are going to go up explosively, and I don't think we've quite gone to the point where we see those blow off tops yet. I think this is like the first bump in the chart before straight up. Let me know your thoughts though. And of course, I'm not telling you that this is going to happen right now. Like this could take months. This could take a year, right? But there will be some time where there's explosiveness in the market, and I want to be investing then in these cryptos at that time. And I will take profits at that time too, right? I'm not going to sit in these through the bear market. Let me know your thoughts though. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.